The Fiestas de Santa Fe have been celebrated every autumn for nearly 300 years to commemorate the Spanish reconquest of the city of Holy Faith in 1692. And here to tell us about the 2011 Fiesta are this year's Fiesta Queen. She is so beautiful. Samantha Tapia y Olguin, who's actually more beautiful in person. You are really beautiful, I have to say. Your skin, everything.
Thank you
also, we also have Don Vargas, portrayed by Andy Lee Lopez y Sandoval. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having us here.
And we don't want to leave out the man who makes it all happen, Santa Fe Fiesta President Herman Lovato. Thank you for being here, Herman.
Thank you.
What a great tradition, and what a wonderful thing that Santa Fe honors the religious, the cultural, and the social traditions of Santa Fe, and that's what we love to talk about. So, Herman, let's begin by talking a little bit about the history of the Fiestas.
Sure. Fiesta is based on a promise made in the summer of 1692 by Don Vargas, who was the governor of New Mexico.
Right.
And he returned on behalf of the Crown of Spain following the Pueblo Revolt of 1680. And when he returned, he camped out in an area generally about where Rosario Chapel is in Santa Fe, where the Vargas Mall is.
Okay, nice.
Roughly. And so when he returned there, he and his cuadrilla, or his army, negotiated with the Native Americans, and then on September 14th of 1692, they managed to reclaim New Mexico on behalf of the Crown of Spain. And part of that process was he made a promise to La Conquistadora, which is the oldest Marian figure in the United States, and she's enshrined at the Cathedral Basilica of St. Francis of Assisi. And his promise was, if he could reclaim New Mexico without bloodshed, he would honor her annually with a fiesta.
I love this story.
September 16th of 1712, the Santa Fe City Council honored his promise by issuing a proclamation.
Okay.
And hence the reason Fiesta is 299 and will be 300 this coming September.
That's a big deal. It's a really big deal. And thank you for sharing that history. I enjoy it so much. You know, I learn so much every day on this show, and I hope our viewers do as well. Whether you're from here or from somewhere else, there's such a rich cultural history, and it's so wonderful to see it celebrated. And both of you are a big part of this celebration. And I want to talk first about the people that you are portraying. So let's start with you.
Well, I am portraying La Reina de Santa Fe.
Yes.
And what I see her as is she spreads the La Conquistadora, Our Lady of Peace. She brought peace and happiness to our city. So I think it's La Reina's duty to spread the peace and happiness throughout.
What a wonderful role,
for the celebration.
Isn't that so fulfilling? Just as a person, not just as somebody portraying somebody, but for you in general.
It is.
That's wonderful.
It's an amazing feeling.
And what about your role, Mr. Don Diego?
Well, I do portray the role of El General Capitán Don Diego de Vargas Zapata Luján Ponce de León, Marqués de la Nava de Barcinas. That's a full mouthful there.
I should shimmy to that name. That's like sassy stuff right there.
Don to his friends.
Don to my friends. Our 31st Spanish territorial governor.
Okay.
Again, that's a portrayal that I portray, and that I'm trying to fill in some very big shoes, because there have been some very prominent gentlemen that have portrayed Don Diego prior to me.
Yes, well, speaking to that, I want to talk about the fact that the audition process is very rigorous, it's very competitive. Talk a little bit about that. I mean, I've been in the world of acting and just an audition process, but when you're portraying, like you said, and following in footsteps of somebody that is so honored and respected, it's got to be a much more difficult process.
It is.
What was that like for you?
It was, well, the process goes, you have to do a speech in Spanish and also a speech in English, and then you get asked questions on the history of Santa Fe and Fiestas.
Wow.
In both English and Spanish.
So you have to be really well educated on the subject.
Yes, ma'am.
In both languages.
In both languages.
Well, congratulations to both of you. That's fantastic that you are where you are, and I think it's great, and I think they made a good choice. And this Sunday, I want to mention, is actually the knighting of Don Diego and the coronation of La Reina, and that's going to be followed by a procession that's beginning from the St. Francis Cathedral. So tell us a little bit about that.
So that's part of the promise that Don Diego de Vargas made, and that the City Council memorialized in their city proclamation, which was that annually there would be fiesta with masses, vespers, and processions.
Oh, okay.
And
I
so
see it in the video.
hence the the procession from the Cathedral Basilica. It's the only time of year that La Conquistadora, the Marian figure, is not enshrined at the cathedral. She spends those 7 days at Rosario Chapel, and people of all walks of faith and life join us at Rosario Chapel for a novena. A novena is 9 days of prayer, and so all kinds of individuals, natives and non, join us there, and everyone is welcome to join us.
I love
every
that you
morning,
said that.
Every morning at 6 a.m.
That's great.
Or at 5:15 p.m. and everyone is welcome.
See, and that's something I really think, I'm just so glad you mentioned that, because I think people watch and they think, well, I don't know if I'm, you know, welcome in that environment, and I think it's so nice to say, you know, every faith, every practice, every walk of life, everybody welcome, and it's a beautiful thing to celebrate. And Herman, you also have other activities that are scheduled, and we want to get everybody excited about that as well. So give us some insight.
Well, Fiesta is a year-round process.
Yes.
So coming up shortly, in Labor Day weekend, we kick off with a large juried arts and crafts market on the plaza, on the historic plaza. All kinds of handmade items. That's Labor Day weekend, the 3rd, 4th, and 5th of September. And then on Sunday, the 4th of September, we have an annual mariachi event at the Santa Fe Opera.
Oh, that's a blast.
This year we are featuring Grammy-winning mariachi Los Camperos de Naticano. They are highly renowned. They frequently are in Guadalajara in early September, but they're coming to perform for us in Santa Fe.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And anyone interested in tickets, call the Santa Fe Opera and they'll be glad to help you.
Great. Well, and also I want to mention that the Fiesta Council and Beaver Toyota, they're our friends here, and they're actually doing something special this Saturday, I think it is, right, for the evacuees?
It is.
From the Las Conchas fire. That is so fantastic. Please tell our viewers about that.
Well, it had originally started. It was brought up to my attention, what could we do for the people that were, you know, the evacuees of Los Alamos?
Yeah.
And I stayed thinking about it, and I called La Reina, and we started to kind of concur different things, and of a small little, well, gesture of trying to collect some water, it's turning into, just like this wildfire, it's turning into something real huge.
Wow.
We invite everybody to come to Beaver Toyota.
Great.
We're collecting water, we're collecting non-perishable food.
And the details are on
you know,
the
for our
screen.
evacuees.
Oh, wow, that's a wonderful thing. I'm so happy to hear that. Thank you for doing that, really. And you know, these are the kinds of things we want to see spread.
Correct.
Not the fires, but this is what we want to
Yes.
see spread. And we just want to congratulate you once again. Thank you all so much. And let's also tell our viewers where they can go to find a complete list of the Fiesta events.
So for Santa Fe Fiesta, it's santafefiesta.org.
Okay.
And we wanted to point out and promote our friends in Las Vegas. Their fiestas begin this evening, and we're headed there after we leave your studio. We're headed to Las Vegas. Their fiesta runs through the 4th of July.
I love it.
So
you have a
another
busy
event.
weekend. You
Yes.
guys have a very busy weekend.
Very busy weekend, but everybody's invited.
Yes.
Las Vegas, Santa Fe, you know, everybody's invited. And
Fantastic.
I'd like to see you all there.
Well, thank you for the welcome, and thank you for all that you're doing. Really, it's been a pleasure to meet all of you.
Thank you.
Congratulations again.
Thank you.
And still to come, you'll want to stick around for this. We're going to be talking to the American Legion Riders about their Wounded Warriors project. Don't go away.